Hello everybody, I'm Christinell with Living in Richmond, BC, your community realtor. If you're wondering what it really costs to live in Richmond, whether it's rent, home prices, groceries, transportation, or overall lifestyle, today I'm breaking it all down in a way that's honest and easy to understand. Richmond is an incredible place to live, but it also has a reputation for being one of the most expensive cities here in Canada. How expensive is it really, and can you afford it? Well, let's dive in the real numbers and what you can expect going into 2026. All right, housing costs. Let's start with the biggest factor by far, housing. This is where most people feel the cost of living in Richmond the most. Condos are usually the most affordable way to get into the Richmond market. Now, prices vary depending on age, location, and amenities, but the benchmark for a condo in Richmond today sits around the mid $600,000 range. Now, townhomes, on the other hand, are extremely in demand. Families love them, supply is limited, and they command a premium. The benchmark price for a townhouse here is just over the $1 million mark. Now, detached homes in Richmond are in a league of their own. This has historically been one of the strongest detached markets in Metro Vancouver, and prices reflect that, especially in areas like Steveston, Broadmoor, Seafair, and Terra Nova. The benchmark for a detached home is sitting in the low $2 million range, which can be a shock if you're coming from somewhere else in Canada. Now, renting isn't cheap either. With limited supply and steady demand, a typical two-bedroom rental in Richmond averages around $2,700 a month. Now, housing is without question the number one driver of Richmond's cost of living. But for many residents, the quality of life, safety, transit, and amenities easily justify the investment. Next on the list is transportation. Now, transportation in Richmond can actually help balance your budget depending on your lifestyle. The city has excellent transit, including the Canada Line, which takes you straight into downtown Vancouver in about 25 minutes. Gas prices in Metro Vancouver are some of the highest in the country, so relying on transit or choosing a walkable neighborhood can save you a meaningful amount of money each month. Parking fees vary across the city, with busier areas like Brickhouse and Steveston seeing higher rates. And honestly, if you choose the right part of Richmond, you might not need a car at all, especially if you're living around the Brickhouse or Golden Village area. And next on the list, groceries and food, one of my favorite. Groceries in Richmond are similar to the Greater Vancouver average, which means a bit higher than most of Canada, but pretty standard for a major coastal city. One of the big advantages here is the number of Asian supermarkets and specialty markets, which often have better prices and fresher options than some of the big box stores. Eating out can actually be quite affordable too, depending on where you go. Richmond is known for some of the best food in the country, and there are a ton of great options at every price point. With a strategy, food costs are manageable. Next on the list, childcare and family costs. For families looking to move to Richmond, childcare can be on the expensive side, and in some cases, competitive due to high demand. The good news is that Richmond has strong public schools, which helps cut down on private school costs for families who choose that route. Sports, extracurricular activities, and community programs vary, but they're generally in line with the rest of Metro Vancouver. Utilities and everyday expenses. Now, utilities in Richmond don't tend to surprise people. Electricity is predictable through BC Hydro. Heating costs depend on whether you're using electric baseboards or gas. Internet and mobile plans are similar to the rest of the province, not cheap but consistent. Now, day-to-day utilities are pretty reasonable, and it's really the housing that drives up the overall cost of living. All right, entertainment and lifestyle. This is where Richmond shines. Now, you're only minutes from waterfront trails, the dike system, Steveston Village, parks, and great food. Most of the best outdoor activities here are completely free, like walking, biking, running, photography, sightseeing. Gym memberships, fitness studios, and recreational programs are similar in price to nearby cities like Vancouver and Burnaby. For many people, the lifestyle, the food, the community, the outdoor spaces makes the higher housing cost feel worth it. So, is Richmond expensive? The short answer is yes, but it depends on your lifestyle and what you're looking for. If you want a multicultural community, amazing food, great neighborhoods, solid long-term real estate value, easy access to Vancouver and the airport, and a safe place to raise your family, Richmond delivers all of that. And for the right person or family, the higher cost of living is absolutely worth the quality of life you get here. That's your full cost of living breakdown for Richmond, BC in 2026. If you're thinking about moving here, trying to understand what your budget can get you, or planning to buy and sell in the city, I'd love to help and build a plan that fits your lifestyle and your goals. Before you head out, hit the subscribe button for more Living in Richmond, BC videos. If this video has helped, give it a like, drop a comment with your biggest cost of living question, and I'll read it on the next one. Thank you so much, everybody. And if you want to talk more about your specific situation, reach out anytime. My contact info is in the description. I'm Kristen L, Richmond's community realtor. Thanks for watching Living in Richmond, BC, and we'll see you in the next video.